Hello, 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 everybody. It is Matt, and it is Bloodthirsty Thursday, and I am back at you with yet another review. Before I roll on to any of that, I want to wish each and every one of you a great morning, evening, dawn, day, or dusk. All that lovely stuff, because life really is too short as is. Do me a really huge favor and like, share, and subscribe. I love seeing your beautiful faces when you are here. I know I'm here an awful lot, but I have an awful lot on my plate to review. And one last little tidbit of information. Check out the description box of every single movie of every single day. I give you a brief synopsis or I give you a bigger bite of every single movie of every single day. Such as today, I give you a brief synopsis, which I actually wrote, which is why it sucks. I'm not a writer, I'm a talker. I got your cast in there, I got your director, your runtime of the cut I'm watching, a link for where you can watch this bad boy for free. And then if you decide, you can help support Matt's Movie Mania and toss me a couple of bucks. Now that I got all that said in mind and all that out of the way, let's roll on to the film of the day. And today's is a interesting one. I like it. I think it's fun. It's called Mr. Piggy and Family. What an interesting title. What an interesting movie. It is directed by our good friend Justin Adams. He also stars in it as well. It was made back in 2019, or at least that's my guess of when it was made. It runs at about 18 minutes. It's not a long one. It's a short one. I wanted to do a short today because schedule is just a little conflicting today, so I wanted to get you something anyways. It's a fun little flick. It's about a guy named Mr. Piggy who runs a restaurant, and basically what he does is he is he captures people, and he likes to torment and torture and do horrible things to them while in the presence of his mama. Now his mama, that he is so happy and thankful for, he is trying to find her a Christmas gift. Yes, it is a Christmas themed movie, but there is no Santa Claus or Frosty the Snowman or any of that business going on in here. But he just happens to mention that it's Christmas time. But he has captured himself two victims. He's got a male and a female, a married man who is meeting up with yet another woman that is not his wife, and so he takes them away, and he hits them in the head with his chainsaw, which his chainsaw is his weapon of choice. I can dig that. That's something I really like about this. And then while he has them down there, he's torturing them and going through various things. He eventually offs them one by one in various fashion. I thought it was pretty cool. The mama gets involved, and then eventually the Mr. Piggy's wife gets involved. And the reason they call him Mr. Piggy is he wears a big nose. And he's wearing, he's kind of a Leatherface type of character, in my opinion, in the way he's dressed and in the way he carries himself. Except the only difference is this guy talks. He does most of the talking. He has most of the dialogue in the film, and I believe, if memory serves me, that's Justin playing that part. Anyways, I can understand why he would want to carry the lead, or at least carry the film, because I can see a lot of passion and love in this one. It definitely has a lot going on for it. Granted, it was probably made for a couple $100, but that's quite all right, you know. I've reviewed movies that have cost less than $100, and I've enjoyed them. This one I enjoyed as well. Now, as far as anything else goes on with this movie, you do eventually get a third victim that they take care of. It's fun throughout. Like I said, it's only 18 minutes, so it's really hard to do a long review on something so short, especially without giving away all the details and all that good fun stuff. Because there is a lot of action going on for the short amount of time. Yes, this is going to be below B grade average, but it is still a fun flick. If you have an open mind, definitely take a look at this one. It's DIY horror at its finest. I really am a huge fan of that style. As a matter of fact, I just watched one last night from Bangladesh called Blue. So I'm just all over with the DIY horror. I love it. You know, it's where my heart lies with a lot of the genre filmmakers out there. I'd rather watch something like this than watch something that cost $100 million. I'm sorry, that's just the way I am. But anyways, now on to the three things that I love my movies to meet. First is the audio. The audio is very fine in this. There's never a moment where you don't understand a character. I understood everybody very thoroughly, and there was no audio glitches or any kind of feedback or even any kind of outside interference from something man-made or natural. You know, nothing along those lines. So I'm going to give it an A on that. Now the dialogue is it's fine. It works for it. I think it's a little simple in places, but it's not bad. I think this is the second or third film of Justin's that I've reviewed. I know I reviewed Seasons Bleedings, the first one, which I will review 2 and 3 as well. But this is my favorite thing that I've seen out of all of his stuff or out of the 2 that I've watched so far. I think it's got the best dialogue going for it. I think it's got the best acting going on. It's a better film all the way around, in my opinion, than the first Season's Bleedings. Now, I'm not judging the other 2 by any means on that. But I'm going to give it an A on dialogue anyways. I feel like it worked, and it really flowed. So I'm gonna give it some justice and give it an A. Now on to the editing. Editing is fine. Once again, there's no problems with it. It keeps a good steady momentum. Doesn't lose its pacing. I feel like it's put together rather well. It could be. I don't want it to be any shorter or any longer. I think it runs at a good time at that 18 minutes. If it were any longer, it would definitely need much more for as far as story wise goes, but I think this one works fine enough on its own where it's at. If anything, make a sequel sometime down the line. Why not expand on the universe? It'd be fun, you know. I'm definitely all for seeing something like that. Now, the editing, I'm going to give an A as well. On to the final score of 1 through 5. This one's going to get a 3.5 out of 5. It's not a bad movie by any means. It's above average in my opinion. I think this is great for people who like stuff like Motel Hell or maybe even bits and pieces of the Chainsaw Massacre vibe, especially part two. I really get a lot of vibes of both of those movies meshed together in ways. Besides, they're not showing them like feeding meat, human meat to people, but they are definitely chopping it up and consuming it on their own. All right, guys, love your faces. I'll be back at you maybe tomorrow, for sure Saturday. I'm going to try to get two more movies out this week. It's just been a crazy week, schedule wise, otherwise. Anyways, I love your faces, and as always, peace.